I'm very happy, all of you, well, most of you have been going to the Setrap pujas. Setrap, as I mentioned to some of you before, is a very ancient and old Dharma protector sworn to Shakyamuni. Shakyamuni has all types of men and non-humans and supernatural beings that swore to him that are his students, because there are 3 realms: form, formless, and desire. There are 6 realms. There are 4 forms of existence. I'm sorry, 3 forms of existence: form, formless, and desire. And then we have 6 realms of places where we take rebirth. So there are many, many types of beings that we call supernatural because we cannot perceive directly. But they're not supernatural to Buddha because he has the clairvoyance to see clearly all phenomena as they are. So therefore, Setrap is one of those supernatural beings who has sworn to Shakyamuni himself to be of assistance to people who genuinely generates bodhicitta, genuinely generates compassion for others. He has that special duty, all right? So therefore, all of you have been going to Setrap Puja. I'm very happy. Don't waste your time. If you're going to invite a Setrap statue home, I've told Chia today that your Setrap statue can be taken to KSA to put mantras in it. After it's been put mantras in it, your Setrap statue can be taken to KH2 and put in front of the main Setrap statue that's been blessed by my teacher there, and keep it there for about a week. And then after it's there, do a puja. If you're the English group, you do your English puja. If you're a Chinese group, you do your Chinese puja. So whatever puja you go to, after you finish the puja, invite Setrap home. Think that the people in KH have blessed it, the main image has blessed it, think it's very consecrated. So at home, you should have a place for Setrap ready, clean, wiped down. Why? Because you'll be upset because it's not clean? No. Because by cleaning the place for an enlightened being, you create the karma for your mind to become clean. And then you have beautiful offerings ready. You can have teas, you have herbal items, you have some flowers, some incense ready. Then you invite Setrap in, and then you put him there, and you make prostration, you do puja. You bring it back directly. So when you get a Setrap statue or any statue from the outlet, take it to KSA, have the mantras filled. After it's been filled, you take it to KH2. All right? If it's Setrap, you do in front of Setrap. If it's Zambala, we have a Zambala chapel. If it's Tara or Tsongkhapa or Shakyamuni, you do it for the Lama Chopa Tsok. The Lama Chopa, we have a Tsok Puja. Every 2 weeks can be put there. After that, can be invited home from there. And then it'll be very, very blessed. Why do I want to do that? Because I want you to bless the items. I want you to stop thinking only I can do it, because that's not true. I want you to stop thinking only people in robes, only people with titles, only Rinpoches can bless things. That's not true. If that is true, then the Buddhas themselves are biased. If you ask for a Setrap or you ask for Shakyamuni to bless an image of that represents them, of course they will. So I want all of you to do the blessings, and I want all of you to do the consecration, to empower all of you to say, you guys can do it too. All right? And that goes along my wish that in the future, I can create local teachers. Local teachers, local people who can teach the Dharma and share the Dharma with others. You don't have to be a geshe. You don't have to be an expert or a doctorate in Buddhism. You have to practice, know Lam Rim, 3 principal paths, and you can teach other people. Because when TKL comes up in the near future, we need people to share and to teach and explain. You don't have to be perfect to teach the Dharma. I'm not perfect. You don't have to be perfect to teach Dharma. You need to be sincere. You need to teach with the motivation of wanting to benefit the other person. And when you teach the Dharma, don't teach to be right. Teach to share. If people argue with you, don't argue to be right. If you argue in pujas or argue in debates to be right and to look good for ego, then Dharma becomes an ego game. It doesn't become a Dharma game. Be gentle. Be considerate of the other person. And sometimes even if your point is right, maybe let them win and you lose, to show them what Dharma is. But after you let them win, don't run around saying, hey, I know the answer, I just let them win because I'm a bodhisattva. Then you're not a bodhisattva what? All right? Now, so that's a blessing in short. That's a blessing in short. And the more you go to do Setrap Puja, Zambala Pujas, whatever puja you want, and the more it will grow. And once in a blue moon, I will show up there to give a little talk. I will. I'll see what good little Dharma students you are, and how sincere you are, and I'll be watching you. I have a third eye. As long as there's electricity. I have a third eye. And I'll be watching you, who's there, and I'll watch all the goody-goody people who go and chant, they go in all holy, and I might just show up and say, surprise. Give you a little explanation about Dharma.